Good morning, everyone. Today, with our classmates, your ladies, Santiago and Stephanie, we're going to talk about emotional intelligence and how this connects with digital communication. Before starting, I would like to share a recent research that the University of Columbia made in 2024. They asked some students what they prefer, communicate by phone or face to face. Most of them said that they prefer to communicate by phone just because it's easier to write a message. So I know might you be wondering, is this really better than communicate face to face? Well, I found an interesting article called How Emotional Intelligence Transforms Digital Communication by Photocrat, and it gives us a clearly answer. The article explains that digital communication, like chats, social media, and emails, is the main way that we connect. However, this message often lack of emotional cues, such as tone of voice, gesture, or facial expressions. Because of that, it's very easy to misunderstand what someone really means. This idea connects with the concept of emotional intelligence, which was first developed by Daniel Goleman in 1995. He described it as the ability to recognize, to connect, to understand, and manage emotions, both of our own and other people's. Today, because of technology, this has become what we call digital emotional intelligence, DEI, which help us handle emotions better in online communication. My classmates will talk more about this topic and this concept and how we use it in education, communication, and digital ethics. Thank you.
First, communication challenges in digital environments have been deeply studied. Suller, 2004, introducing the concept of online discivilization effect, explaining why people spread anger or hostility more easily online. Research from the Journal of Computer-Mediated Communication 2020 found that the lack of tone on facial expression is raising misinterpretation and emotional distance. In education, an study by UNESCO 2022 on virtual classroom during the pandemic revealed that teachers with higher DEI were better at preventing student anxiety, promotes participation, and resolving conflict in Zoom or Google Classroom sessions. Similarly, Peltier et al. 2021 conducted surveys with 400 university students and found that emotional support in digital platforms increasing motivation by 35%. In the professional context, the MIT Sloan Management Review 2022 reports that companies like Microsoft and IBM have started training employees in DEI to improve remote collaboration and reduce burnout. Regarding ethics and AI, Rosalind Picard and MIT introduced affective computing technology that can detect emotion using facial recognition or voice. However, researchers such as Nas and Reeve, Stanford 2020, were about ethical resource. Emotional data can be used to manipulate user behavior on evading privacy. Finally, regarding methodology, research on DEI uses. Quantitative surveys to measure emotional awareness in students and remote workers, sentiment analysis and AI algorithms to student empathy in online forums, virtual ethnography, where researchers observe communication on platforms like Discord, Teams, or WhatsApp academic groups. Now, Santiago will continue with emotional regulations, benefits and limitations, and future directions based on academic resources.
Research shows that emotional regulation online is essential. A study by the journal British Journal of Educational Technology in 2023 found that students who practice pause and reread before sending reduced conflicts in group chats by 44%. Techniques such as digital mindfulness, muting notifications, and no violent communication and frequently recommended by researchers like Rosen in 2021. And also, regarding benefits, academic literature agrees that DEI improves collaboration in virtual teams, said by Harvard Business Review in 2022, leadership in remote work, IEEE transaction on professional communications in 2023, also mental well-being and reduces cyberbullying by UNICEF in 2021. However, there are limitations there are limitations. Cultural differences in emoji use, emotional fatigue from constant connectivity, and algorithmic manipulation of emotions are real issues. Wang and Lee in 2023 found that teenagers who spend more than 6 hours online daily shows emotional numbness and reduced empathy. And finally, in future directions, the World Economic Forum predicts that by 2030, AI emotional companions, intercultural empathy training, and digital well-being policies will become essential. And the challenge is to ensure technology enhances rather than replaces human empathy. And in conclusion, digital emotional intelligence is not abstract. It is measurable, researched, and applied in education, business, and artificial intelligence. Developing DEI means using technology with empathy, ethics, and emotional responsibility supported by scientific, scientific evidence. This is all for our presentation. Thank you so much.